You're listening to
BeatalliCAST.
Lots of stuff going on here, there, and everywhere. Beatallica is back on tour. In fact,
Yes, they are.
Their biggest tour, longest dates-wise,
Wow.
ever.
Yeah, it's going to be a big tour, man.
7 weeks. So we have an interview with
Beatallica.
in the rehearsal space.
Here we go.
Pre-tour warm-up, get some insight, meet a new person, and kind of hear what's going on.
It's gonna be great.
But before we do that, we thought we'd spin a song, and I got a live recording that I made in Finland.
Yeah.
It's the Abbey Load medley. We'll play that, and then we'll be right back.
Here we go.
Okay, so we mentioned this Abbey Load album. One of the things that our label had been asking us to do for several years was, would you tackle the two medleys on Abbey Road from the Beatles? And we thought about it and thought about it. And it's like, that's a tough one, man, because it's back to back to back to back to back. And everything's got a mix. Everything's got a sound like that's how it was written. So this is what we got for you, all right? We're gonna do the Abbey Load medley and the Until It Slumbers medley. Again, you're gonna be hearing little pieces of this, little pieces of that, all right? Good luck. You never give me misery. You only feel that no one is listening. And in the middle of hearing and knowing, you break down. In tragedy you are smothered. I only sent you my situation to save the world and investigation. I break down. No one hears these words you tell. One man's fun is another's hell. Now your voice is gone, nowhere to go. Something's wrong with what you say. Misery loves company. Take it on yourself, nowhere to go. Still you stood there screaming, nowhere to go. You still stood there screaming, nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Soon you'll have the weight of the world. There's much more to life than what you say. Misery, can't you today? Can't you today? Can't you today? Yeah, today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, always. aus Hut sehen und sie haben das Beliebsfeld widerstand. Heilige Scheiße, es ist schon in alle Seiten HESH. Mr. Mustang and Rattlehead waking up dead on a black body. Keeps along a killing road. Then they see instead of it low. In the eye of the tornado of souls. Such a mean old man. Dirty old man. You heard a jam on Metal Shop. He'd never stop. He's a go-getter. Too much he said, too much about a hanger and tin. Pentatonic scales insane. Such a dirty old man. Dirty old man. Because he never lets you look like a man. That is fine, but he never time that you should see a apocalypse man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep it don't put radio in the crib. Tequila deal and a tour in the crib. That is mine, but he never time that you should see she's in apocalypse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hoses and pow! Look out! She came in through the dirty window. Different than what you say. We're protecting judgment. All this house is clean. Did anybody tell her it's all right wrong, you see? Judge and executioner, and I am drudgery. She said she'd always been infected. Worked at 50 clubs a day. She thought I was injected. Well, I knew, but I could not say. So I did the company denial. Judge you well for my throat. Though this session is a trial, I slam my gavel down. Will anybody tell her it's all right wrong, you see? Judge and executioner. You guys still with us? Finland? Finland, are you guys still with us? This is all right? We're not scaring the locals here? You guys aren't very scary, actually. We're not afraid of you guys, so, which is good. We're very friendly people. So. All right, Golden Slumbers medley, right? Once there was a way, take this pain of mine. It stays right by my side. Tell me when do not cry. I will scream a lullaby. Hold me some to fill my eyes. Pain awaits me when our eyes tear me open and do not cry. I will scream a lullaby. Once it was a curse, just like the strain. You failed it once, now it stays. Take the pain and do not cry. I will scream a lullaby. You made it! Both medleys, Finland. That's incredible, man.
All right, that was great. That was Beatallica playing the Abbey Load medley in Finland. It was a good show. Anyway,
How was it home?
you were at home. That's right. Abbey Load. We're going to see the warm-up date at Garibaldi's, the first show, and be able to hear the new live song.
Was it Retool?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Who knows as of right now?
It's a secret.
And I went up to Milwaukee to Beatallica's rehearsal space at Gergdrei's studio.
Yeah, thanks for sending the pictures of me not being there.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, sat down and had an interview and bringing you this exclusive interview with Beatallica during the rehearsal for the upcoming 7-week tour.
It was in the same room that Foster was taking a picture of. I get it.
Shall we listen to it?
No.
Okay. Shall we listen to it now?
No.
Let's wait a second.
Okay.
I
I'll
have a sip of beer.
Same here. All right.
No, wait. Okay.
All right. And now, here's the exclusive interview with Beatallica talking about their upcoming Abbey Load 2017 U.S. tour.
Right on, man.
So, Beatallica. Woo! Yeah, Beatallica. Woo! Abbey Load 2017 U.S. tour. What's it all about?
It's about us doing the longest U.S. tour that we've done. What else is it about? It's about us playing a bunch of stuff off of Abbey Load because we're still enforcing that, but it's also about us introducing a new song, which we cannot tell you what it is except that it's a new song.
And it's about good times. It's about having good times on the road with your brothers in rock.
And breaking in the new guy.
That's what it's always about. It's always about good times on the road.
Well, let's talk about that. The new guy, the new drummer for the live show. Introduce yourself.
What's his name now?
Jimmy Ul-nic.
Yes,
Right.
yes. I like
Pleased to
how
meet you.
That's awesome.
I like how he looks at me with the question mark above his head.
Is that right?
Yep, that's awesome.
So tell us a
talk to
little.
us,
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I play here in Milwaukee in a band called Conniption, and these guys gave me a call to see if I could fill in for the tour, and thankfully it worked out. And excited about what's to come with this.
I'd like to say good job on working in that plug for your band in Milwaukee.
Oh, did I do that? Yeah, right. Yeah,
well
right
done.
away.
Well done.
Right away. Doesn't know his name, but with 5 seconds into his talking, he's talking about other shit.
Well, yeah, how you know me? I'm not.
Talking about Conniption. Playing in a band. You were telling me earlier when we were having drinks around the bar, or at the bar around the corner, that you've been in that band for quite some time, and I kind of questioned about touring and stuff like that relating to Beatallica. This is going to be pretty much for everyone, which I've been asking, before we started recording, the biggest tour any of you guys have done with your individual bands.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that?
Excited. It's definitely going to be a new adventure. To not have to go punch clock every day at work and
He's just
Go
going to be
around.
punching the bass player every day.
go around for 2 months and play some drums. It's going to be great.
How about you, Mr. McNew Kid?
I'm actually really excited to be a part of this because I think it's going to be one of the probably most entertaining show bills of 2017. I mean, Beatallica and Oakley Dokley, how can that be anything but super fun?
Right.
That should be a pretty epic time for anyone who shows up, and I know it's going to be an epic good time for me. So hopefully people who show up have a good time. I know I'm going to have a good time for all 7.5 weeks of the tour. I'm expecting it to be pretty epic.
How about you, Mr. James?
I'm just happy to get out and
really see what our limits are going to be. You know, I mean, we all do this, and we've done this for a while, with either in this band or other bands, you know, but you always should be striving to push yourself to do more. And so I want to see what the equation of more is.
Yes, let's do more. I totally agree with that. Let's do as much as we possibly can.
And
Without
Gerg,
killing each other, but I mean,
Or ourselves. Without killing ourselves.
and Gerg,
It's gonna be a lot more driving. I think it's like 20,000 miles or something.
do you put that not only driving and you got to do that and someone's got to be behind the wheel and you're carrying all the gear and time consuming, but do you put that as the hardest part of doing a 7-week tour?
Yeah, that'll definitely be, just the logistics of it. Definitely, I mean, the playing part's gonna be super fun, but just getting the to and from every gig, obviously, that's gonna be the work part.
Right, and so I was talking with James early on and kind of talking about this and realizing this was the biggest Beatallica straight tour that's been done, and excitement about it. And he's like, well, Gerg wants to play Idaho, so tell me about that.
I know it's an awesome city, if you don't know that already.
I love this, how Idaho's an awesome
Or, I mean, Boise. Boise. Idaho's a beautiful state. Boise's an awesome city. Which we are playing Boise.
Yes.
Yes. What's, you know the venue?
I think it's called Neurolux.
Yeah,
That's
Neurolux,
going to be
yeah.
on Tuesday, May 9th, I believe.
We're already practicing pushing our limits.
But no, I've toured there before with other bands, and it was a really cool city, like up and coming city. It's a cool art scene and lots of music, and they're like redoing the whole downtown district, like keeping the old school Western buildings and revamping them and putting venues in there, and it's super cool. Everybody's super cool there as well, and they've got part of the runoff of the film festival
Okay.
in, where's that in?
Sundance? You're
Yeah,
talking?
Sundance.
Yeah.
And there's talk that it's going to move there.
Oh.
Permanent, because
Oh, wow.
because Sundance is getting too insane. It's
Right.
just too many fucking people are showing up, and the city's not happy. Blah blah. So just rumors that I heard. So it's an up and coming city. So that was just one I looked at from tours with other bands that I've been through. And the coolest part of it is there's a river that runs through the city, and you just take a truck or take a cab or whatever to the end of the river, and you can rent rafts or whatever and just float down the river, and like they pick you back up. It's like right in downtown. It's fucking awesome.
Dude,
God,
that
I
sounds-
thought you were going to say there's a river and you jump in it naked. I was like,
You
kind
go on
of
rafting
waiting for
if
that.
you want.
At the end of the night when you're drunk, jump in the river.
So that'll be
Looking
one of
forward
our
to that.
activities on our day off.
That sounds awesome. I wish I could be there for that. I was looking at the other dates,
He's a
you know, and
big deal.
once you kind of finished your start in the Midwest and leave St. Louis, you're heading out to Northern Cali and then up and around and all over. You know, I saw, which unfortunately I can't make, but I was planning on it, Austin. You've never played there with Beatallica, have you?
No.
But you're real familiar with the city,
yeah,
so
yeah.
are you...
Yeah, I stayed there for a month last year, and I've played there many times. I've been going to Austin for 20 or some years now. It's a super cool city, although it's getting a bit gentrified because Google moved in there, and it's almost becoming like a San Francisco type scene. And
Right.
so a lot of the old venues are getting pushed out, and prices are getting insane for everything like a la San Francisco. But it's still a super cool city.
What else are you looking forward to date-wise?
I can already tell you.
Yeah, New York. It's always good.
That'd be Monday, May 21st in New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans, which I
Or
have
whatever,
not-
Sunday, whenever it is.
Yep. No, I haven't been to New Orleans. Fuck,
Can you give me
since
one too?
99 or something like that. So, and I've never played New Orleans, which is completely weird.
Now,
Think
the
about
New
it.
York show is the Gramercy. Is that
Yep.
where I was at when you guys were there? When you guys played that venue? By the bridge?
No, the Gramercy's it's a big place.
Okay.
It's a pretty nice hall. So, no, I can't remember where that one was. Because we didn't play the Gramercy ever, right?
We've not played the Gramercy.
Yeah.
No, when in New York, usually we're doing let's see, we've done BB King's.
Yeah, not BB
Brooklyn
King's.
Bowl, which we
Brooklyn
got
Bowl.
paid not to play.
We the Bowery Ballroom.
Bowery Ballroom, that's
That
what
was
it was.
with Clutch and a couple guys from Macedon. We played at North 6. That was in Brooklyn. That is no longer. But so we've been at a few different places in New York. So.
Whose beer is this? Is this
That's
your
mine.
beer, Weber?
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
You
I was
want
like,
one?
God
Does
damn it,
anybody
I
else
already
want
have
one?
2
I just
beers.
had a number of hands. So you guys,
I'm good,
you
thank
good?
Abbey Load tour. That was really loud. 2017.
I was timing that. I was waiting for it to go.
So, what's been going on with Abbey Load? We are in Gerg's studio, which you guys rehearse at, and believe it or not, 4 years ago, we did a photo shoot here in your practice space with you guys for the back of the Abbey Load album. And
Well,
then
part of
also
Abbey
the-
Load was also recorded here. Certain parts of Abbey Load
Oh,
was
okay.
recorded here too.
Cool. I didn't realize that. So, what has happened with Abbey Load as far as being live and being on the road? I was with you guys in Finland. You guys have done Garibaldi show in Milwaukee, playing Abbey Load songs. You guys have done Chicago. What can people expect for the Abbey Load tour?
Well, we'll do some songs that people have heard before. I mean, I saw our thrashing there. That was an oldie but a goodie even before it was on Abbey Load. We've been doing that song for a while, you know. But lyrically, you know, if whoever has a copy of Abbey Load, they'll be hearing the original lyrics now.
And by original lyrics, you mean what was
Or
intended
the
on
Beatallica's lyrics.
what was intended to be on the album but was not. So
Yeah.
this is like
Due to legal reasons, we couldn't do our own lyrics and stuff.
so it's the same music
Yeah,
but
with
different lyrics.
with the right lyrics. Beatallica.
Yes. Yeah, of course. I mean, and you know, obviously, you know, like our own Abbey Load costuming and everything too. I'm actually in the process of getting a second suit that'll be slightly, you know, maybe more than slightly different than my other original Abbey Load suit. But I'm gonna need to have 2 suits because one's gonna get destroyed by the time by the time this is done. So I need a backup, I'm sure. So I've started already working on that.
Various accoutrements.
You know.
But yeah, I mean, I think we're probably going to end up doing 5 or 6 songs off of Abbey.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep.
You know, we want to give it a good enough representation, but we're also doing a few moldy, oldie, unexpected songs within our catalog that we just haven't done for a while. So that's cool. We're kind of swapping out some songs.
Yeah, it's kind of touches on all of the stuff that we've done, and then playing some stuff that we've never played.
And that's simply because we're going to cities that we haven't been to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we need to give a fair representation to every city that we've not been to of stuff that we can do, you know.
And I think that's not to mention the normal, super high energy, bantering, fun live Beatallica show.
What's interesting is on this tour, you guys are opening for Oakley Dokley, and so I kind of put an opening band 40, 50 minutes. What does that do for the set list, but for the set list over 7 weeks?
Well, we'll probably get more like 50 to 60 minutes.
Okay.
On the average.
Okay.
So what, we're rehearsing, 22 songs?
Yeah, the set list will
I
be
think it's like
kind
20
of
plus the
rotating.
new one.
Yeah.
Like 21, 23.
Something in there. So, I mean, we just want to be able to be versatile so we're not playing the same songs every night because it keeps things fresh. At least for me, it keeps things fresh. You know, Ul-nic and I were just talking before you started recording just about the idea about bands being able to know all of their shit and being able to keep them on their toes. You know, so it doesn't become just like a rote memory thing. You just flip the switch for 60 minutes and you kind of space out and you play and then you're done. You need to be able to be alert and know what this transition is. Or
So we'll kind of have a rotating set list.
yeah.
Well, I think that's good because it's like, you know, you're a fan of a band and they don't tour a lot or haven't toured a lot recently, and you want to go see more than one show, and then
Right.
suddenly you're seeing the same show both nights. It's still great, it's still exciting, and you're seeing them live and having a good time, but it's like the same set list,
Yep.
you know.
That will not be the case on this tour for Beatallica.
We were talking a little earlier while we were at the bar. You showed up, new kid, before anyone else, and we were just hanging out chatting. And we talked about how Jimmy was new to the tour and how back for Phoenix show, Murph Dog and I went down and caught you on your first 2 live shows, capturing of everything you need to know musically and knowing your nickname and how to sell merch and all that. I put it to you, what are you expecting from this tour?
Well, I guess it's going to be a fun show every night. I've never been across the country like this. I figure once we get to the show and get in and sound check, the songs will be down, the set will be great, and afterwards break down and go sell some merch.
I was going to say,
Just
considering
keep it
you get a
simple.
girl's phone number before rehearsal, that's probably a good sign
it's
for
a sign
the
of
tour.
things to come, right?
Right, that's a good sign for the tour.
Should be a good time.
What else you got about this tour?
I haven't played with these guys in a long time, actually, just due to my other touring obligations. So, like Finland and Chicago, all those shows you mentioned, I wasn't a part of. Just only one of them, the Garibaldi show.
Even the last
Back in
time that we
September.
were in Brittany, in France, you
that one too.
You
I
couldn't
could
do that one either.
Yep. So,
Well, we might add that the last Garibaldi show was your 50th birthday party, which was a great party.
That's kind of his job.
Yes.
That's kind of his
so
job.
that was super fun. But that's the only time I've played with these guys
Because
since
you're the new guy,
our last U.S. tour, maybe, with like the East Coast tour or something like that. 5 years ago or 6 years ago, maybe. Just pretty wild.
And you guys are kind of finishing up official rehearsals because you're taking off to Australia to do some other work. How's it been dusting off these old tracks? I know you're in tons of other bands and you can pick up a guitar and start playing, but
Well,
how's it been?
It's rusty when we all got together. It's like, oh shit. Dusting off the cobwebs, as it always is, But yeah, it just comes back to you after a while,
Has there been any surprise songs from the back catalog that once you get going, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like
All of
riffs
them.
here and there. It's like, what the hell did I play on the record? It's like that kind of thing, as to be expected with this many tunes that we're going over. And then writing the new one as well, like trying to get that just to be natural,
Yeah, that's going to be the toughest one.
So how, talking about the new song, which apparently, last time I talked to James, doesn't have an official name yet. Has it been
Not
named
really.
yet?
What's that?
It hasn't been named yet. It's loosey-goosey.
I don't think officially. I think this one's going to be kind of. It's going to be kind of hard to name, just considering the 2 songs that we're working with. It's like.
And by this, I working with is a Beatles song, obviously, and a Metallica song off of their new
Abbey-
album.
Yeah. The Metallica song's off of Hardwired, and then the Beatles album that we're pulling from is Abbey Road. So it's like perfect because we're going out supporting Abbey Load. So that was just like that part's the easy equation. As far as a title, I don't know. We'll probably just officially decide on something as it moves along or whatever. I guess the title of the song right now doesn't really concern me as much as are we completing the song?
Right.
Yeah, and does it fucking and does it fucking
Here
rock?
comes the new Beatallica song.
Yeah. No one's gonna go to the gig and say that the song was a slam dunk good song because of the title.
No, right?
They're gonna want to hear it and have it seem just as seamless as the other mashup.
I just going off of the new song, I just think there's so many forces coming together that biggest Beatallica tour ever, longest, same as biggest, I guess that kind of goes together. Most
That's what Allie said.
most time together. It's not like the tour has off days, like kind of how Metallica's doing.
We have a
stuff now.
few.
But
Basically
okay,
Mondays off.
right. And playing Abbey Load to the largest audience that you guys have ever done by getting around. I've seen stuff on Facebook where people are like, and I was mentioning it earlier, like, oh my God, they're finally hitting my town. Or, oh, they're close by, I'm going to drive 2 hours to see them. And you're going to be playing Abbey Load with the original lyrics, which people have never been able, unless they listen to BeatalliCAST, haven't been able to see and you got a new song. I think it's like a perfect storm. There's like a lot of different things.
There's a lot of little bits and pieces going on. Yeah, for sure. You know.
A lot of reasons to come check out a show.
Yeah. Check out multiple shows, like how New Kid was saying. You know, I mean, if we're not playing the same set list.
Right, and I'm going to check them all out.
Yeah.
I'll be there all shows.
Well, most of them at least.
Physically, he'll be at all of them.
So, talking about days off, is that for just travel, sanity, or laundry?
Well, all of the above.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason I asked that is I was talking to Murph Dog, and what kind of question should I ask? And we were talking, and he was like, laundry. And I was like, well, normally in their European tours, they carve out like a specific day during the week that, hey, we'll take this off. It's laundry, let alone traveling. And so I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, 7 weeks.
If it was for sanity, we'd have an extra day off in Colorado, in Washington, Sacramento.
Yeah,
It's not for sanity, I can tell you that. That's long gone already.
I mean, as far as that, because we're opening too, I mean, we'll have time to do that stuff whenever. A lot of the venues will have facilities as well.
Yep.
You know. But some of the drives are pretty long, so that's why we'll need the day off.
Yeah, the Boise, the kind of the big one I saw was Boise to
like Oklahoma,
to Denver.
To Denver, yep.
And then, I mean, that's a long one, not
And
massive.
Denver to Austin, I think it is,
Yeah,
right?
that's huge.
Well, it goes like
No.
Boise to
Shawnee, Michigan.
goes like Boise to
Boston.
Colorado Springs, and then once you get into Colorado, then we got 3 dates that are pretty close.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, there's a couple of,
Yeah.
but the majority of them are
Isn't
pretty
it Shawnee, Michigan?
reasonable. But,
Kansas.
but just in general, I mean, we'll need it. Monday nights generally don't get booked anywhere anyway, so that's why it's.
Oh,
We
okay.
basically have Monday off, period, just because there's no gigs, you know.
Because, most working people are lame and they don't go to concerts on Monday.
Well, I think people go. I think you just don't get your biggest draws.
Yeah.
You know, on a Monday
Well, a lot
night.
of people don't go on Monday. I don't know
So-
why Monday is Monday is as good a day to party as any other day.
There you go. That's a quote. Anything else to say about the upcoming Abbey Load 2017 U.S. tour?
Come rock out with us.
Come on out. We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time, period, with you or without you, but it'd be a whole lot better with you.
The warm-up dates, which is like Milwaukee, Chicago, Madison, and St. Louis. They're going to be full warm-ups. You're not with Oakley Dokley, so are you
Right.
going to be doing a longer set? Or
Yeah.
Are you going to be
Absolutely.
doing... Okay, so they're longer shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
for
a few of those within the tour where we're doing our own shows as well.
Right.
A couple of times, not a whole lot.
Do you have
But
the
And
dates?
so what do you
know
see with
dates
those?
offhand?
Are
Oh,
those...
which ones?
Our own shows? Do you have those dates offhand?
Milwaukee's April 14th. Chicago is April 15th. Madison is the 22nd.
23rd,
St.
I
Louis
think.
is the 23rd.
Right.
So
There's some other ones.
yeah, there's other ones in there.
Or something.
On the off tour days where you're doing a solo show, what can you expect? That set list, but expanded of the songs you have in rotation? Or are you going to do something a little more? Or
Yeah, I mean, if we get as much time as we want, we'll play everything we got.
there's no other
You
better
know
way
what
to
I mean?
end it.
Yeah, right. I might lose my shirt.
Yeah, I was
Right.
harassing him because
Right.
I'm wearing the
Oh, that's right.
classic shirt that McNew Kid lost after their
We might
Club
pass around a
Garibaldi
bottle of
show.
scotch. Shit, I can lose my pants. You never fucking know what's gonna happen. It's a fucking Beatallica show. We could summon Cthulhu. You don't know what's gonna happen. You should come and find out.
Yeah. Anyway, for the pre-tour Abbey Load 2017 U.S. tour, thank you very much.
Right on.
Epic. Awesome.
Come rock with us, America.
All right, well, that was a great interview. It was interesting hearing about some of their favorite spots that they can't wait to see on tour. What did you think of the interview?
I thought it was funny.
And got to hear from
Who?
Jimmy Ul-nic.
Jimmy.
Anyway, that's kind of what we got for you now. We'll have other updates from the road. We're planning not only on seeing the first warm-up date in Milwaukee at Club Garibaldi, but we're also planning on the 3 Colorado shows.
Right.
which will be fun.
Don't forget the Cubs game. Cubs.
Yep, we'll go to the
Cubs.
Cubs-Rockies game ahead of time, which will be fun. See them in a different park. I think we'll just get out of here. A short kind of little BeatalliCAST episode giving you some exclusive live recordings that you can't hear anywhere else. An exclusive interview with the band. We'll just see you the next episode.
Beatallica!
Or something different like.
And that's our episode. Stay HESH.